everybody, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So one of my favorite things this time of year is the holiday movies, especially on Hallmark. I think Hallmark makes some of the cutest, most adorable holiday movies, and they're now doing a lot of royally themed holiday movies. Now, one I just saw the other day is called A Merry Scottish Christmas, that is starring Lacey Chabert and Scott Wolf from Party of Five. So if you're like me and you used to watch Party of Five, it is so cute to see these two reunite, and they are playing a pair of siblings who have a very strained relationship, but they end up going to Scotland to meet their mother to find out that she used to be a royal duchess and inherits a castle. It is a really cute show. I highly recommend it. And there are quite a few other holiday movies that are coming out on Hallmark. So let me know if you have a Hallmark movie that you would like to recommend. Leave it, guys, in the comments below. But we have a lot of juicy royalty to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. Well, guys, it is that time of year again where we really need to start thinking about the holidays and our gift-giving ideas, but don't worry, I've got you covered. Now, I am so excited to announce I am partnering with a brand new company called Sweet Bee Crowns. They make the most exquisite tiaras and crowns. They have many collections. I was very fortunate that they sent me 2 tiaras that are works of art that I'm proudly going to display in my office. But on top of making exquisite and elegant tiaras, they also have wedding jewelry, hair accessories, and regular daily jewelry that you can wear on an everyday basis. Right now, they are having their Black Friday sale, and they are offering site-wide free shipping. If you would like to take advantage of these sales, go ahead and shop the link below and enter code ROYALDAILYT to receive an additional 15% off. So make sure you check out the large savings that are available right now by clicking on the link below. Who knows, you might get yourself a tiara and be a princess for the day. So as we have discussed in quite a few of my previous videos, I've told you guys we're going to start seeing a lot more behind the scenes footage of the royal family. It is a way to make them more human and more accessible to the people, especially the younger generation, which everything is on social media, everything is digital. That is why William and Catherine are extremely popular with the younger generation, because they're on social media, they're out there taking selfies, and we got a little bit of a taste of behind the scenes of William and Catherine and their children for the royal coronation. Well, now they are really bringing it out, guys, just in time for the Christmas season. The very first time this has been done in over 50 years. So now we are being treated to a behind-the-scenes docu-series that's going to show behind-the-scenes insight of the royal coronation of King Charles. So royal fans will have plenty to look forward to this Christmas, as an extraordinary behind-the-scenes documentary will air, shedding light on landmark moments leading up to the historic coronation of King Charles. Now, while we're all used to seeing the monarch give their Christmas speech every year, this is going to be an actual behind the scenes and give us insight that we've never seen before. The newly announced documentary will follow the preparations for the coronation and the months that followed, including contributions from key players in the royal household. It is titled Charles III, The Coronation Year. The sure to be fascinating documentary will run for 90 minutes and will air on BBC over the Christmas period. Now, if the prospect of more coronation glamour and tidbits weren't glitzy enough, the documentary will have a touch of Hollywood sparkle as it's being narrated by Helena Bonham Carter. I love that woman. Now, we know she did play Princess Margaret in The Crown, and she also betrayed the Queen Mother in the Academy Award-winning movie The King's Speech. And by the way, she was excellent in that movie. So this sounds like this is going to be a hit. The BBC has been granted exclusive access to such landmark moments to tell the story of the past 12 months from the inside looking out. It promises unrivaled insights from those directly involved, as well as moments of great poignancy and humor. Describing the Simon Young, the head of history, factual commissioning for the BBC, said, "At the heart of this story is a man who is taking on the job that has always awaited him." This is going to be so fascinating. We've never seen a king in waiting, 12 months up to his coronation. He went from the Prince of Wales to the king. I think this is going to be fascinating to see firsthand his actual experience of being a man, the Prince of Wales, losing his mother, and then stepping up to be the monarch. That, to me, is a very fascinating show. And of course, I am sure Princess Anne, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, William and Catherine will all have cameos in this docuseries. Can you just imagine the plates flying in Montecito? Because Meghan Markle really thought, y'all, her documentary was going to be something. It was going to be something. It was a flop. And here come the royals with their own on-the-wall documentary that is actually highlighting real royal history. That's going to be actually really interesting and probably going to be a ratings bonanza compared to that flop over on Netflix. Oh, Megsy, how sad for you that the royal family has a real TV deal. But let me know, are you excited about this docuseries and do you plan to watch it? Well, it looks like Samantha Markle is finally going to get her day in court after a judge set a trial date in her defamation lawsuit against her half-sister, Meghan Markle. Now, the trial will begin in Tampa on November 4th in 2024. A judge ruled earlier this month it is expected to last up to 5 days, and she is seeking $75,000 in damages. In my opinion, she needs much more. Now, Samantha, who has long been estranged from the Duchess of Sussex, alleges that she was defamed during the infamous Prince Harry and Meghan Markle interview with Oprah Winfrey, which aired back in 2021. She also was defamed in the book Finding Freedom. Now, in March, a judge in Florida threw out the suit, saying that Meghan's claims would be impossible to disprove, but following amendments, the same judge appears to have ruled that there is merit to the claims. So during the interview, Meghan made references to growing up as an only child, something which Samantha resented, alleging that she had a very normal sibling relationship with her younger half-sister. So what do you guys think about the court case going ahead? I, for one, will bring my popcorn, and I'm rooting for you, Samantha. So Omid Scobie is waking up today to a fresh batch of karma. He is being ridiculed over his book Endgame, which dropped today. Many people are giving him very bad reviews, including the New York Times, which said his book looked like a press release that was generated by ChatGPT. Now, I know a lot of people think that Mr. Plastic Fantastic actually looks like he is AI generated, but to compare his writing to an AI bot is pretty bad. Now, they said in their review, it's not all different from what Harry presented in his book Spare, and is devoted to setting the record straight on petty slights against the Sussexes. Again, we've all said that Harry and Meghan are the collectors of petty slights. Now, the reviewer also went on to say that Omid Scobie is not doing Harry and Meghan any favors with this book. Now, this was America's very first review of the book. He also added, readers hoping for a final death blow of gossip will be very disappointed. We've heard much of it before from Fergie, from Diana, from Charles, from Harry, and from Harry again. It came as another company who reviewed the book, this time from the UK, from a very left-leaning website, said that Omid Scobie paints Harry and Meghan as saints, puts them in a permanently saintly light. Again, we all know where his bread is buttered. Now, the New York Times writer Eva Wolchover, she says whether or not Scobie actively collaborated with Harry and Meghan for his book, he does them no favors. Their chapter reads like a press release cooked up by ChatGPT and does little to shed light on them as humans. He says the couple, who used to focus on coverage of themselves, now remain blissfully unconcerned. Oh my God, that is the most laughable thing, that Meghan Markle is blissfully unconcerned about herself in the media. Harry's next chapter will focus, among other things, on philanthropic efforts in the military space, while little Meg Z is building something more accessible, because Meghan is so sweet and accessible, something rooted in her love of details, curating, hosting life's simple pleasures and family. Sorry, I lost my lunch. The author also went on to say that Omid Scobie's warnings that the royal family faces extinction, it's hard not to find Scobie's dire predictions a tad hyperbolic. I guess that's why he's calling the book Endgame, because he really believes it's the downfall of the monarchy. She writes, Scobie defines the term endgame as the final stages of a chess game after most of the pieces have been removed from the board, adding, unless Charles and his heirs act quickly, Scobie underscores the risk of losing the crown, or at the very least any remaining cultural relevance. But there's a paradox here. As long as people are buying books like Scobie's, they're buying the whole lousy operation. A lot of people are really laughing at his book. There's nothing new here. And of course, we all know he is a Sussex sympathizer, and it's absolutely hilarious how anyone could take what he says as fact. Now, another independent, who is a British reviewer, gave the book 3 out of 5 stars. The writer Anna Pasternak says Mr. Scobie is unfailingly sympathetic to the Sussexes. She writes, he does not hold them accountable for anything. He does not, as I had anticipated, demonize Charles nor denounce Camilla. I was expecting something different, him possibly laying into the evil monarch of King Charles or the wicked stepmother of Queen Camilla, but he paints the real royal villain here is Prince William. Now, the author says that Scobie points out that Kate has had several rounds of elocution lessons and now sounds posher than her husband. And he wapishly writes out that you'll be unlikely to read in any British newspaper that Kate has had 5 different private secretaries in 6 years, adding that one found the role uninspiring and frustrating. Now, there's another article that has come out that is actually addressing 8 huge mistakes in Omid Scobie's book, and one of them is the fact that Kate has had 3 private secretaries in 6 years, not 5. So again, there's already a mistake and a falsehood right there. Now, she adds that Omid Scobie fully anticipates that he and his book will be discredited in the British media because they have Google and they can fact check. He's probably right, and he will certainly not be helped by the fact that he paints Meghan and Harry in a relentless, saintly light. Harry is very much presented as the happy prince in his happy place, biking and hiking and taking ice bath. Mornings are for family only. No staff. And the hands-on parents, I'm sorry, that's laughable. The hands-on parents take turns in school drop-offs and pickups every day. Scobie's only criticism is their unwise commercial deals where they were made in haste. Again, we all know where his bread is buttered. So even people who are reviewing his book know that Scobie is the unofficial official mouthpiece of Harry and Meghan, whose #1 source is friends of the Sussexes and supposed friends of the royal family, which I don't believe for one moment. And even Piers Morgan has come out and said, it's not true. I've never had a phone call with Camilla. We have no relationship. But again, Omid put it in his book that Piers Morgan and Camilla talk on the phone on a regular basis, and that Camilla personally thanked him for standing up for the royal family. He has come out and denied this 100%. So there you go. People are already ripping Omid Scobie's book. Again, Google is your friend, Omid. Look up facts before you put it in print. But what do you guys think of Omid Scooby-Doo receiving a little bit of his backlash and karma? Leave it in the comments, guys, down below. So you know the old saying, it's lost in translation. Well, apparently Omid Scooby-Doo is finding that out firsthand today. Now we know his book, Endgame, just dropped for publication worldwide, but now his book is being pulled from the shelves in the Netherlands due to a lost in translation mistake where they named the supposed royal racist in the book. Oops, that sounds like a major mistake. Now we know that Meghan Markle infamously, according to Omid Scobie, wrote a letter to King Charles where she named 2 alleged royal racists within the royal household. Now, Omid has claimed he knows who the 2 people are, but due to the UK libel laws, he cannot put their names in his book. But somehow, the Netherlands, the Dutch publishers mistakenly put one of the people in the book. Now, here's the thing. The publishers received a request from the U.S. to pull it from their shelves, which they have done, and said they are awaiting further instruction. However, many Dutch journalists received an advanced copy of the book before the publication date. So in their copy of the book, the name of the alleged royal racist is listed. Now something is telling me that wasn't an accident. It was a well thought out plan by Omid Scobie to say, well, it wasn't me. You can't come after me. I mean, I didn't name the person in the book. It was an oopsie, lost in translation. It is the publisher's fault for translating the information incorrectly. But my question is, how can they translate something that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place? Do they just magically put in a name? So I believe it was done on purpose. And let's be real here. If you're a journalist and you have a copy of the redacted name that no one else has, are you going to let the cat out the bag? You bet your bottom dollar you are. So it's going to come out whether Omid Scooby-Doo says it or not, because some people have that information. So what do you guys think about this lost in translation and how one of the alleged family members was named in Omid Scooby-Doo's book, Endgame? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. Well, guys, that is all the royal news that I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you will consider subscribing by hitting that subscription button and that notification bell. I'm working hard to reach my goal of over 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can help make that happen. As always, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.